Lamar Jackson and the Ravens ran over, around, and through the Chargers to the tune of a 34-6 blowout win. Lamar threw one touchdown in addition to spearheading Baltimore's always potent rushing attack. The Ravens won their fifth straight and now sit atop the entire AFC. So, Shannon, how high do you have Lamar ranked in the MVP race?
Skip is really close. There are a lot of guys that's in that you know, from Brady to Rod yeah, you throw Rod if you want to throw Rodgers in there. But I think Brady, Murray, Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford. But Skip, for me, I got Lamar. Skip, I don't think anybody is more responsible for their team winning and losing than Lamar Jackson. And what he showed us the previous two games is that teams say, you are not going to run the football, Lamar. The Broncos held him, and he took the last second. Instead of a kneel-down, Skip, they scrambled and got 8 yards to go over 100.
Yep.
But he threw for 316 that day. And the coach says, we refuse. We're not going to even put you in that situation. Even if you try to get in the victory formation and run, we're going to hold. They had him to like 80-something. And he throws for 442, 4 touchdowns, and the walk-off in overtime. So for me, Skip, nobody, and it seems to me, when he plays well, everybody plays well. Look at the way their defense, and we know what Justin Herbert has been this entire season, and they made him look very pedestrian yesterday.
That's a compliment, actually. I think that you're giving him a break with pedestrian.
Skip, think about it. They've lost their top 3 running backs. They got Devontae Freeman. He couldn't find a team the last 2 years.
No.
Le'Veon Bell, nobody wanted him.
New Orleans didn't want
Latavius Murray.
No.
And they come in and they balling.
Yep.
Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Look at Devontae Freeman had a nice run. Murray had a run. Le'Veon doing his thing. And Hollywood dropped a touchdown yesterday.
He did.
That ball right on the money. You got to catch that one. You got to help your quarterback out on that situation, Hollywood. But Skip, you look at what he is as a passer, and he's 7th in the NFL in rushing. And they're the top seed in the NFC. And Skip, they beat the Colts, they beat the Chargers, they beat the Chiefs. They're for real. They're legit. And it looks like it's probably going to come down between them and Buffalo as the road to, I think, here in SoFi.
Yep.
It's probably going to go through one of those cities. That's where it's shaping up, Skip. So for me, I'm going to put Lamar. I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but I'm going to take Lamar because what I've seen from start to finish, they really should have won opening night. He didn't play well against the Raiders, had the costly fumble. But since then, he's been marvelous.
I don't think it's unpopular. I think it'd be a popular opinion.
I think it's gaining steam now, Skip. I really do.
He's the easiest to root for of all these quarterbacks because his degree of difficulty has been the highest.
Right.
They have been decimated the way nobody has been decimated.
At some point in time, they were down left both tackles. As you mentioned, they were down both tackles. They lost Peters, who was one of their better defenders.
Okay. I'm sticking by my guy Brady.
You okay?
But it's getting closer by the throw or the run.
Yes.
So Brady has 17 touchdown passes to only 3 interceptions.
Right. Brady
has only 1 turnover-worthy play, which was the interception this last game
right.
that you and I went back and forth about. There was almost a second one, but they're not grading that as a turnover-worthy.
Okay.
So the point is he has 3 interceptions, but on opening night he had the Hail Mary attempt interception, and he had one that hit Leonard Fournette right in the hands and glanced off, and Diggs got it. That was his emergence onto the scene.
Right.
So I'm sticking by Brady, but it is getting close because Kyler is unconscious right now.
He is.
So he's 14 touchdowns to 4 interceptions with 3 rushing touchdowns. But I believe that the voters, or maybe the masses, on Kyler and Arizona, they're just like, wait and see. Because they jumped off hot last year, and there was the Hail Murray.
Right.
And from the Hail Murray forward, when they beat Buffalo at home, he fell apart.
Right.
And he got banged up.
He got nicked against Seattle. I think it might have been the next game.
And he was never quite right.
Correct.
And he struggled. His arm's been banged up, and he looked fine yesterday.
Right.
But again, they are a flying circus right now of aerial display because they're as fun to watch as anybody.
Hey, Skip, you know, people talk about the Cowboys receiving core, and they talk about Tampa's receiving core, but Arizona's not taking a backseat to anybody.
I don't think so.
With Greed, Hop, Rondale Moore, Christian Kirk, now they got Zach Ertz added into the mix.
Ooh. Wow.
They got a nice squad over there.
Okay, but I think people are waiting and seeing on Kyler. Just can he take the beating? Can he withstand it?
Right.
Can he keep standing?
Right.
Can he play at this level and sustain it for? We got 17 games,
Right.
so we got 11 to go.
Right.
But 6-0 was 6-0,
Right.
and I am impressed. So he's right in the middle of this.
Yes.
But it's hard for me to write off Lamar because of degree of difficulty.
Right.
Not stats. The stats don't do anything
Right.
for me. He's 9 touchdowns to 5 interceptions.
Right.
Well, that's what you call pedestrian
Right.
to me. He does have a couple of rushing touchdowns. But I watched the whole game yesterday, and I was blown away by how great Lamar was when it mattered.
Right.
Every play that needed to be made, except the drop touchdown pass, he just made them.
Yes.
Arm, legs, arm, legs. And to your point, they just feed off him, and the defense feeds off him, and they made Justin Herbert look like he was back at Oregon struggling against Stanford or something.
He definitely made him look very pedestrian.
He was really struggling. And yet, after the game's over, I call up the numbers, look at the stats, and I'm like, wait a second, is this the game I watched? Because Lamar ended up with only 167 yards passing. Well, that's really below pedestrian. And he had 1 touchdown, but he had 2 picks yesterday.
Right.
So he threw 2 interceptions, and I'm raving. I tweeted, Lamar Jackson, I did like 20 greater than signs over Justin Herbert, because I'll take him over Justin Herbert any day or night.
Absolutely.
Just on football backbone. I also think, I believe this with all my heart and soul, Lamar Jackson is a football genius.
He's Skip.
He doesn't express it after games. He won't show you his genius after games because it's a lot of kind of all
He says all the right things. Hey, we got the dub. Yeah, if that's not what we're looking for. Yeah, we got this was that, but we're chasing something bigger.
I think
his connection with Mark Andrews.
Hey, it's special. He's seeing things before they happen, and he's seeing them to where I can hurt you with my arm, or if you give me the littlest crack, I will kill you with my legs.
Yes.
And he's just spectacular. He is a little beyond the Michael Vick experience we used to rave about.
Yeah, Skip, because if you watch him, Skip, and I've been watching him really, really closely, he's throwing people open. He's not waiting them. It got him in trouble yesterday because he hit 44 right between, because Hollywood had the deep over lined up on the left. It was going to run the deep dagger route, and he hit him right between the chest. But he was throwing him where Hollywood was going to be, and I don't know. He just didn't see 44 standing there. But if you watch him, he's going through his progressions. 1, 2, check it down. 1, 2, oh, let me go here. He's doing an unbelievable job of surveying the field, and he's not looking, 1, 2, let me take off. He's advanced. Now he's doing a calculus class. It's no more this simple arithmetic. He's phenomenal, and I don't think he gets enough credit, Skip, because he's not going to go out there and throw for 300 yards like, say, a Brady or like a Mahomes or some of these other quarterbacks. But his legs, again yesterday, Skip, 187 yards rushing. They said, well, we're going to play coverage. We've seen enough. And now they run you off the field.
Yep. Lamar had 51 of those yards, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it seemed like every yard he got was crucial.
Exactly.
And the Bateman kid, their first-round pick, did finally play yesterday and caught 4 balls for 29 yards.
Yes.
So they're starting to cook.
Right.
And you played there, and you know the pride in that locker room. There's nothing like it.
Yep.
To me, seriously, in the league, there's nothing like the Ravens' pride, that purple pride.
Skip, you hear Coach Tomlin says a lot of times, he say there's a standard in which the Steelers have. But there's a standard in that Ravens locker room.
Oh, man.
And they take that floor mat, play like a Raven. That's the standard. That's what, whoever you want to be quirky or unique, you want to be quiet, you want to be outgoing, just go play. They embrace that. And from the time that I got there in 2000, and it's carried on, the one thing that has not changed, Ozzie Newsome and his imprint on this organization.
It has not changed.
It has not changed.
And John Harbaugh's imprint on his coaching staff, there's not a better top-to-bottom coaching staff than this one.
You say you would like to play for Mike Tomlin. If anybody, I'm not so sure if John Harbaugh wouldn't be the guy I'd like to play for.
Really?
John Harbaugh, man, because Skip, you see how he is with Lamar? I mean, Lamar, what you want? You want to go for that, Lamar? It's 4th and 3. You want to go for it? Hey, we going for it. What'd you see? Lamar makes a mistake.
They respect. He's no pushover.
No. Absolutely not. But see, Skip, the level of respect that he has for them and the players reciprocate that. That's what you can appreciate. Now, if I wanted video game numbers, put me in the Chiefs offense. Because I know we go throw it 40 times a game, and, you see Kelsey's going to get all them targets. Tyreek going to get his targets. But it's talking about just a coach. And Andy's a player's coach. But there's something about John Harbaugh. There's no swing of emotions. Guy throw interception. You see some coaches, his team throw interception, and he's down like, oh, my goodness. Or you get up a touchdown, and you throw your headset all up in there. John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh.
He's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah. And he even added our man Rob Ryan to that staff, which is great.
Yep. Well, Rex was there with me.
Yep, he was.
That staff, Rex Ryan, Jack Del Rio, Marvin Lewis, was all on that staff.
All world.
That's a good point.
Mike
Did we
Smith.
witness, guys, the emergence of the NFL's next superstar during the Cowboys-Patriots game yesterday? Stick around for who I'm talking about next.